When Charlie was guiding Aushwei's medicinal power, he deliberately used some spiritual energy to make these spiritual energy quietly moisturize Aushwei's whole body like a silent spring rain. The effect of it is more powerful than the medicines previously refined by him. It can not only greatly improve Aushwei's physical fitness, but also her muscles, tendons, bones, and internal organs. Although Aushwei has practiced martial arts for many years, she is still an ordinary person after all. For ordinary people, aura is far more powerful than a panacea. Aushwei's physical strength is far from comparable. When Charlie said to Aushwei that he was done, Aushwei let out a long sigh, then hurriedly stood up and walked to the sandbag to make several sets of beating movements. However, because she didn't know how much Charlie had improved her physical fitness, she still used all her strength when hitting the sandbag. However, after this punch went out, the sandbag banged and exploded directly. What Aushwei uses is a top-notch boxing sandbag. This kind of sandbag is made of whole buffalo leather. It is smooth and tough. It will not be deformed even if it is used for a long time, and it will not be damaged due to the strong hitting force. However, Aushwei at this time is no longer the same. Compared with ordinary people, her physical fitness has already made a qualitative leap. The strength of a punch is at least several times better than before. Seeing that the sandbag was punched with a big hole by herself, and the fine sand inside spurted out and spilled all over the ground, Aushwei was surprised and speechless. After a while, she recovered, turned her head to look at Charlie, and exclaimed, "Master, how can I have so much power with this punch?" Charlie smiled and said, "Of course it is because of taking the magic medicine. It can not only save the dead and heal the wound, but also strengthen the body and fundamentally increase the strength of your body." Aushwei said in surprise, "Gosh. I feel that this medicine is even more effective than my 5 years of hard training. This medicine is too amazing." Charlie nodded. "Your physical strength now far exceeds that of your opponents at the same level, so I believe that in the next games, you will surely be able to win the championship all the way." Aushwei ran to Charlie excitedly, holding his arm, and said with red eyes, "Master, thank you so much." Aushwei never expected to have such strength. As she said, she suddenly raised her toes and kissed Charlie's face. With Charlie's reaction speed, he could have easily avoided this kiss, but for some reason, his legs just seemed to be filled with lead, and he couldn't move at all. Or maybe it's deep in his heart that he doesn't want to move at all. Aushwei's face was blushing at this time. She did not dare to look at Charlie, but said in a low voice, "Master, don't get me wrong, I just want. Thank you." Aushwei's voice became smaller and smaller, and it was already inaudible to the back. Charlie touched the spot where Aushwei had kissed his face, and said, "If you continue to train hard, I think you might even play for the country or even win glory for the country in the next Olympics." "Really?" Aushwei was overjoyed and asked him, "Master, do you think my strength is really possible to participate in the Olympics?" Charlie smiled and said, "Your current physical fitness is already at the top of your peers. As long as your skills, awareness, and tactics can be improved, there is absolutely no problem in competing in the Olympics." Aushwei nodded and said earnestly, "If I can beat Nanako this time, then I will be sure to hit the Olympics." Charlie smiled slightly. "I believe you can." Aushwei hurriedly said, "Master, you must come for my game the day after tomorrow." "Don't worry, I will be there." At this moment, East Cliff CBD. The country's largest entertainment company, Perfect Motion Entertainment Group. Sarah, the top female artist under Perfect Motion, is in the studio, shooting a cover for a fashion magazine. This time, it was her 4th time to be on the cover of a fashion magazine. For her, it was already commonplace. Sarah in the studio, wearing a black and white contrast dress tailored specifically for her by Chanel, looks a little lonely and arrogant in her glamour, and she looks like a strong woman who can be seen from afar but not playful. After the photographer took a number of blockbusters, Sarah finally completed the task, and the assistant next to her immediately stepped forward and handed over a cup of warm water and a packet of Kobayashi's Weizen. Sarah frowned slightly and seemed to be a little bit painful. After taking the stomach powder with warm water immediately, it relieved a little bit. At this time, Perfect Motion's boss Leland Hunt came over with a smile on his face, and said in admiration, "Miss Sarah, your look is really amazing today. It's really an alluring look. If this issue of the magazine goes on sale, it will definitely be snatched by fans again, and will even follow the previous issue, and the price will be more than 10 times higher." Sarah said lightly, "Mr. Hunt, don't let me be on the cover of a magazine in a short time. I don't like this feeling very much." When Leland heard this, he hurriedly said flatly, "Oh, my Miss Sarah, the magazine has been eagerly inviting you to be the cover character. This is not my decision." Sarah said, "Can you decline it? Every time I get on the cover, you have to join the magazine publisher to increase the price of the magazine. A magazine for 20 will have to be fired up to 200 or more by you. For fans it's a big injury. I don't want my fans to spend so much wronged money." "What's this?" Leland said with a smile, "Fans are willing to spend high prices because they like you. There was a period drama some time ago, and 2 male protagonists were on fire. Their magazine was sold for 20 each. For 300, more than 300,000 copies have been sold across the country, and the company behind it has made tens of millions.